Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Black Fatherhood Conversations. I am your host, Mike Owens, here tonight. And you know what? We got a great show for you, man. We got six guys up here, six great, powerful men of God coming on tonight, man. And we got an excellent show for you guys. And I know they're going to have something special in store for us. So I'm going to get the salutations and greetings out the way first so we can get right into the meat and potatoes of this thing, which is the questions. But to the top, man, he's our guest tonight, man. My wife, she finds everybody, and she's like, "You got to see these guys' clips. You got to see their content on social media." I looked at it. I said, "Man, I love what they're doing. It lines up with what we're doing on this show." So I reached out to him, man, and this is Pastor Philip Tolles from Sacramento, California, man. So thank you for coming on because I know it's what 6 o'clock there. So
Yeah, about that. Dinner time, baby. Yeah,
dinner time, dinner time. So thank you for giving up your dinner time for us tonight, man. So hopefully we'll make it work.
for
All right, and
sure.
then next, man, this guy, he's my brother, man. Not just hey, he's a friend, but now he's a brother as well, man. Give it up for my guy, man, Kevin Aldridge, man. How you doing tonight?
What's up? What's up, man? I'm chilling. I'm good. I'm good.
Chilling, bro. That's what's up, man. All
Yes,
right, man.
sir.
And then you already know. Hey, do y'all hear some noise? Anybody got a fan or something going in the background there?
That's me.
Me?
Oh yeah. These mics
Oh, okay.
pick up everything. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all got to turn that. Gotta be hot for hour. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Gotta be hot for hour. I'm like, what is that? A dog growling or something? Somebody got an angry dog back there?
All right, man. If I'm sweating, it's not because I'm lying now. Y'all just going to understand.
All right, to the right of him, man. You already know who it is, man. He's been with me from day one. This is my real family, my cousin. Get up for my cousin George, man. How you doing, cuz?
What's going on, fellas? What's
What up,
happening,
G?
man? Everybody doing today?
Good,
What's happening,
good.
bro? What up, G?
Hey,
Going on?
just living life, brother. Living life. Blessed and highly favored. And then you already know, man. This is my guy. We linked up probably a couple, 3, 4 years ago. You know, he came out and played drums at our church. Ever since then, I said, man, this guy is a great guy. I got to get to know him more. We stayed in touch. Now he's on the
Yeah.
show. Give it up for my guy DJ, man. How you doing, DJ?
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Hey, I'm
Good.
doing
Chilling,
great.
chilling.
I don't really care for that painting you got on, but it's all good. I'm not gonna say nothing about
Oh, it don't stop there, bro. It don't stop
Uh-oh.
there.
Uh-oh.
Bang on him,
Come
though.
on, man. Come on,
that.
man.
Football season is here. Football
Uh,
season is here. Whew. You know what? This is my guy right here, man. Hey, this is my guy because you know what? We not just family now because he came on the show. We are Ramley, okay? You got to know that we not just family. We are Ramley on this show. Get up for my guy, man, Francis Garner, bro.
What's going on, brothers? Yeah,
What's
man,
up,
go
bro?
Rams.
Go
Shout out to all
Rams.
the
You know
shout out to all the real Rams fans out there.
so right, a real one.
Yeah,
Yes,
what's
yes.
going
So
on, brothers?
man, I'm
What
glad
up,
to
bro?
see you guys, man. This show is like a highlight of my week. And how we start this show, Pastor Philip, is we check up on each other on this show. And how we do that is we ask and we check on each other mentally. And we ask, how is your mental? So the last 7 days, so since last Tuesday, how has your mental been? And that
yeah,
could be one being very, very bad, or 10 being very, very good. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how has your mental been? All right. And
yeah.
this week we're gonna start with DJ, man. DJ, scale of 1 to 10. How your week been going, brother?
Honestly, bro, about an 8, man. It's
All right.
yeah, man. It's been pretty good, man. Got a chance to see my mom this past weekend. She celebrated her 60th birthday. So got a chance to see her, man. Um, my birthday is Friday, Thursday, I mean. So, looking forward to that. So yeah, man, God's been working out some things for me that I wasn't expecting, and He came through like He always does. So Amen.
That's
it's
good,
been a
man.
good week, man. It's been good.
All right. What about you on this one, Francis? How your week been, brother?
Ah man, first week of school, or we actually in this first full week of school, so a little tired. So I'll probably say I'm about a 7 between the workload and then getting this new schedule with all these kids going back to school and having to deal with that traffic, bro. That traffic
Whoa.
could mess with your mental. But
Yes. Yes. That traffic. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Boy,
Cuz how your week been going, man? On a scale of 1 to 10, how your mental been this week?
My mental been hot because it's hot outside, man. My goodness. All right. Oh, but overall, for real, it's been good though. I'll give myself about a 6.57 so far. You know what I mean? Work is going to be work. Family, good. So about 6.5. Nah.
What about you, Kev?
It's been cool so far. My oldest daughter turned 9 on Saturday, and
what's up?
kids getting back to school, so it's been busy. So about 7. Everything been good.
Okay. The wife, she's like my audio engineer. She says that she's hearing feedback, so I don't know where it's from. So what we're gonna ask, like we do all the time, is just mute your mic if you're not talking, so we can kind of cancel out the feedback. But yeah, and just unmute it when you guys come up when I ask you a question.
It
All right,
might
Pastor
be the
Philip.
pizza.
Yeah, Pastor, Pastor Philip. How has your mental been these last 7 days, brother?
Yeah, my mental is 100, man. I'm on a 10 right now. Me and my
Ooh,
wife just got back from a cruise. We took a little vacation. No kids.
yes.
But I returned to work on a Monday, and my backup coverage for my 9 to 5, they held it down. The business is looking good. Ministry is looking good. So yeah, right now I'm on a 10. Tomorrow's Wednesday when I finally see everybody face to face. We'll see then. But right now, I'm on cloud 9, man.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And you know what? For me, I'll say I'm about an 8. I got to get off this summer time clock I'm still on and get back to the back to school time clock, which means that I got to leave earlier. I got to do everything a little bit more, prepare myself a little bit more to leave the house and things like that. Because I'm telling you now, you ain't been out in these Dallas streets in rush hour time, it is not friendly. So, I mean, I got to leave out almost 2 hours early just to get to work on time, an hour and a half early. So I got to get used to that again. So that kind of been a little bit frustrating. But as far as on the home front, me and the wife are doing some things like trying to just be a little bit more uh organized, I guess I would say. As far as, going to the grocery store instead of buying out, you know what I'm saying? Making sure the kids has got their stuff right, you know what I'm saying? So we got to get organized and get a little bit more structured, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we're doing right now. So with those things, I would say it's been a good week because the more organized you are, the better your week flows. All right. So I would say those things have been helpful. Is just getting out the house, get the back to school. It's a grind, but I love it. I love my kids, so you know, I'm happy they're back in school because they got less energy. The energy levels have went down because now they're in school. They come back a little bit more calmer than what they was during the summertime. But yeah, I'll give myself an 8 for this week.
That pantry a little fuller too.
It is. It definitely is. Bruh, you ain't lying about that, Francis.
That's
It's
real.
real. They was eating us out of house and home for sure. Just eating to be eating. Crazy. But yeah, man. Hopefully everybody out there, even everybody that's watching, they're having a good week as well. But let's get into these questions tonight. And I got 5 on the agenda. Actually, I got 6, but we're not gonna get through all these. So I'll just pick them. And the title of the show this week was My Child Says I Hate You After I Discipline Them. How should a father respond? And on this one, you know, kids will be kids sometimes and they will say things that are hurtful. Okay. Uh, and you know what? That's just how kids are. That's not going to change. That's been from the beginning of the time. And that's how they are. It's how you respond to it is the big thing in this. And how I would respond to this is I look at kids in stages. In this stage, as a father, I am totally fine if you hate me. I'm being for real. I'm fine because you know what? At one point, I hated my dad. All right. So it ain't, I hated his guts, because he was hard. You know what I'm saying? Getting up every Saturday, literally every Saturday. I know he probably watching that right now. We get up every Saturday, we cut the grass. And then I really hated him when we had to trim the bushes and trim the trees in the back and change the mulch. And then after that, we watching both minivans. And you gonna vacuum. You gonna help me wash. This is what I did every week. And then on Sundays, we get up at 6:45. You going to church. Those things I hated. All right. I hated that when you're 14, 13 years old, you want to do what all your other friends. And in St. Louis, a lot of my friends wasn't going to church. They get to do what they want to do. They didn't have a dad. They could do what they wanted. They could stay out all times of the night and do what they wanted to do. I couldn't do that. And I really didn't like it. But now when I look back on it, I thank him for that. It taught me structure. It taught me regiment. It taught me discipline. It taught me all those things. So now when I look back on it and I say, man, I'm so grateful that I had a dad that I actually hated. Because if I probably loved him, I don't know where I'd be right now. Right? And you don't hate your father. You just hate what the ways they have. And that's why I try to tell my wife, I'm fine right now being the parent if they don't like me. Even when they get older, if they're 13 and 14, when they get of age where they 18, now my dad is like one of my best friends. I would hope that my kids say, man, my dad was really cool. He like one of my best friends now that they adults. But when they are children, it's expected. That's just what I expect. And I really feel like you're not doing your job as a father if your kid don't say they don't like you once in a while, because they're not going to like all your rules and all your ways that you have. All right. But that's what they need is structure. So we'll start with Pastor Philip on this one. What would you say if your child said, I hate you after discipline? What would you do?
Oof. So I have three kids myself. Two of them still young, one teenager. And we've had some of these conversations where not necessarily I hate you, but
Yeah.
true feelings come out.
Right.
One thing I've always told my children is that I'm going to be honest with them, and I expect them to be honest with me. So I honestly would tell my child that hurts my feelings. Let them know to their face. But that's your position. I understand. Okay, go on and do what I told you to do. If I told you to clean whatever up, do what I asked you to do. If I told you to go to your room, be there. And then later on, usually when we're less, what's the word I'm looking for? Less at odds, or there's less friction. That's a better word. Then we can talk about it. So for me, right off the bat, I don't have a problem with my kid telling me that they hate me, right? Because my responsibility as a dad is still to love them. We always hear the Bible's definition of love, being patient, being kind, being long suffering, all those things. You only need to be patient with people who are annoying. You don't need to be kind to people who are rude. You don't
Mm-hmm.
need to be long suffering with people who are insufferable. So when my kid is being those things, that's when I actually get the chance to show them I love them. Not just that I'm passionately fond of them or that I like them or they give me these goo goo feelings, but when they're being downright disrespectful, and I still have to discipline them and I still have to love them. I don't do it from a place of hatred or anger, but from a place of respect. But then also I'm your dad, so that's okay that you hate me now. We'll talk about it later. I have no problem though with them expressing that. I'm gonna express how that makes me feel to them. And just be honest.
Mm, that's good. What about you on this one, Kev?
I want to flip the script a little bit. So we might get frustrated with our kids, but think how it would be if God got that frustrated with us when we fall short of His glory, when
Mm-hmm.
we throwing temper tantrums and not happy with what I'm saying, how we feel like He should be treating us in seasons. So you always gotta lead with love, like George always say. It might hurt you, but think about how you've hurt the Father, and let's have this conversation. Is like, all right, so if you hate me, let's figure out why you hate me, and
Mm-hmm.
then that can be a teaching point for what I'm saying, like you say, teaching your kids discipline, and what I'm saying, teaching them how things are going to have to be done that you don't want to do. Everything ain't gonna be what I'm saying, sunshine, lollipops, and life. Sometimes you're gonna have to get to the nitty gritty, and you're gonna have to figure stuff out, like because like you said, when your pops was waking you up, what I'm saying, doing all those things. One thing I took from that, he was always with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He was cutting the grass with you. He was
Yeah.
cleaning out the cars with you. So even in the process of you hating him, he's still showing you how to be a real man. You
Mm-hmm.
know? So it's all learning experience, and your kid they'll grow out of it. Me and my 16-year-old had a spout where he figured he wouldn't talk to us for a few weeks, you know what I'm saying? But he came around, and when he came around, I would still be able to download things to his spirit of how he handled it wrong, how he, you know what I'm saying, still learning points. So how now I can continue to teach you how to be a man. So
Hmm.
you roll with the punches, take it in stride. It's part of it.
Yeah. What about you on this one, George?
Um, Mike, I'm like you. In all honesty, you can hate me. I'm fine with that because that comes from emotional instability, and that's what children are going to be, and I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
But as a father, we're here for discipline, and the Bible talks about how when you discipline your child or discipline, people hate discipline, and so they don't necessarily hate us; they hate the discipline that we instill. And so anything that we show them as fathers, they're not going to like because they want to take the easy road. They want to take the road less traveled. And all six of us are setting a standard on what
Mhm.
we require from our children, especially our sons, if we have sons, right? You know what I mean? If we have boys. And so, I mean, I was with you. I hated my dad, but that was because I thought I knew what I was doing, and I wanted to rebel against the system and do what I wanted to do.
Hmm.
Him being the man he was, he has to put that down. Because the moment your child think he can overtake you, you have a serious problem more than him just hating you now. You know what I mean? You have a
For
serious
real.
issue. So again, I would prefer for him not to hate me. But again, like Pastor Phillips said, once we get past that emotional instability, we'll have a conversation. I have no problem talking to him to correct them because that's our job. We're going to correct every chance we see there's an issue where correction needs to be had. That's our call as the priest of our home. You know what I mean? We don't let anything just happen, and so that's fine. They'll get over it. My mom always say this. You know what? The sun will rise tomorrow. You'll be okay. Straight up, you will be fine. I don't take it personal. I'm okay, and just as I don't take it personal, I mean I brush it off. But again, like Pastor, we'll have a conversation to kind of recalibrate next time we're here, and we will be here use different emotional language and sentiment in a sense, right? Because you don't have to say you hate me because I'm telling you something that I don't want you to do or you can't do or I just can't allow you to do. It's just a childish outburst. But as they get
Hmm.
older, they're realizing like Mike, man, my old man, we talk every day. You know what I mean? We even give to it, but now that we are adult men, I can curl less, he can curl less. You know what I mean? But they'll get over it. So
Yeah. What about you on this one, DJ?
Uh,
You on mute? You on mute, DJ? There you go.
okay. Just to kind of piggyback on what y'all was saying, man. My I don't have sons, so I wasn't able to be as tough as I wanted to be, or as I thought I would be as a dad. Since I had a daughter, it completely changed how I approached my discipline. So therefore, I really didn't get the whole I hate you situation. But I'm sure there were times when she felt like I was being too hard on her. So it wasn't. So for me, my discipline for her was different as far as like how you dress, what I'm saying? Like what you look like when you leave the house, hey, you're not wearing that when you're out in public. You know what I'm saying? Or hey, you don't wear this outside this door. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing. As opposed to me coming up, it was getting up, cutting the grass with my dad every Saturday morning. You know, we got tip off at 11 and we still outside trimming hedges. So that, yeah, I didn't like that because I wanted to go hoop. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have my daughter outside cutting grass. But when it came to things like wanting to look like all the other girls that she see at school or whose dad wasn't around, and those girls kind of had the freedom to dress how they wanted to dress and wear whatever they wanted to wear and weave down their back at 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like we wasn't doing it at my house, and so she did feel like I was kind of being too hard on her. But one thing I did to fix that was explain to her from a male's perspective you know, what we see when we see you looking like this. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've always tried to tell her, you got to be different. You don't want to look like everybody else. And I think I've said that on an episode prior. Like, you don't want to look like everybody else. This is for adult women. This is not for children. So no, you can't dress like your mother, or no, you can't look like the kids in the high school or that's older than you. That's not gonna fly. And so of course you know what I'm saying? Like, no, you ain't wearing makeup. You can say you hate me all you want. Say it to your pillow. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't say it to my face, because you know what I'm saying? Because I want you to know that I'm actually here for you. And now she actually sees like what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? But I try to explain to her the reason for the discipline or the reason for the correction, so to speak. Like, I didn't have to like whoop her all the time like that, because she was, like I said, she was a girl. She's a girl, so I wasn't really physical with her like that, like I would if I had a son. Um, but just talking to her, like sitting her down, not yelling at her, like actually having a conversation with her, saying, "Look, this is what you can't do. This is what we're not gonna do. Don't try this. Let's don't even ask me this." You know what I'm saying? Like, don't. This is not what you get. Now, you want to play with your mama's stuff around the house, fine. But outside that door, none of this leaves the house. Because she's still a girl, so I know she want to play with her mama's nails and and all that makeup and stuff. So fine. That's fine. Do your thing. But when we leave this house, you still 11. You know what I'm saying? You're not 20. You're not 22. You're not 30 when you leave this house.
Right.
And so she kind of, I showed her examples. Like, I'm big on examples. I've shown her examples. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not gonna fly in this house. This not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So that's my take on. Like I said, like, I hadn't had the I hate you thing, but I can tell, like, as a girl, she was disappointed because she felt like I was being too tough on her, man. But as a father, we know, we as men, we know, nah, bro, we ain't having that.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's good, man. What about you on this one, Francis?
Man, DJ, I'm in the same boat as you, bro. With the girls, bro. Now I got five of them, and my 11-year-old got some attitude on her. So I've heard the "I hate you, Dad." I've heard the "You're the worst dad in the land."
Praying for you, brother.
Pre- I'll take all the prayers I can get, bro. Um, but early, because that's my baby, daddy's little girl. It makes you feel away in the moment, and my initial response would be, all right, well, just go to your room. If you hate me from your bed, right? And then, because she's 11 as well, then about 5 or 6 years ago, I came across Proverbs 13 and 24 that says that he that spareth the rod hated his son, right? And so then I got to a point where, one, that brought me comfort, because as parents, bro, we never really know if we're making the right decisions, right? We don't know. We're just planting seeds and watering, and we just praying that this work out. So you never know, and sometimes that doubt can creep in, especially when they really pressing those buttons, and it's just like, baby girl, I know you hear me. I know I'm speaking English, and I think I'm speaking clearly, right? So it tests you. But once I came across that scripture, I was able then to sit her down and say, hey, this discipline, the chores I got you doing, or when I got to take something or whatever, it's not pleasant. But if I don't do it, as much as you saying you hate me in the moment, my actions will show if I hate you or not, right?
Mm,
And
Amen.
so once I started explaining that to her, it was cool. And then I took it a step further with having to let her know that, hey, I have to prepare you for the meanness that's also coming. I have to give you a set of skills, a set of habits, a set of disciplines, and that will help prepare you. Because if you think I'm mean, if you hate me, wait till you get out there with them people
Hmm.
that don't care about you at all.
that's
For
good.
whatever reason, you got that chocolate skin, they already feel a way about you. You got the long, pretty hair, they already feel a way about you. Like, and so I have to prepare you for that. But again, once I was able to kind of lay that scripture out, it probably brought me more comfort than it did her, because we still going through our growing pains because she only 11. But it just helped me understand that I'm on the right track. So now we can talk. Now
That's
we can talk.
That's
Wait till
good.
she gets 17, boss.
Hey, if she make it.
Thank you, Frank.
We them
All
girls,
right,
man, them
man.
girls.
And
Yeah.
we gonna turn the car to another lane here, man. And on this one, this is the next question. You're feeling sexually neglected as a husband. How do you handle the situation with your wife? So on Black, I know this Black Fatherhood Conversations, but we talk about everything manhood, fatherhood, and that in that goes marriage. Okay. And on this one, man, I've heard this before. And you know what? I've dealt with this as well. All right. And hey, I hope my mama and daddy ain't watching this, but I like to get it in. All right. I'm a man, I
Hey,
like to
we
get
all
it in.
got kids, brother.
I like to get it in a lot. You know what
Why
I'm
you gotta
saying?
be
And,
so
and here's
nasty,
the thing.
right?
Cause I'm a nasty.
Here's the thing. I would get frustrated. I still sometimes do get frustrated. I'm gonna be honest with y'all because y'all my brothers on here. I still get frustrated. But you know what? You have to have a level of emotional maturity in these situations. Because if you weren't emotionally mature, what you would do is probably be like, I'll go get it somewhere else. All right. Yeah, if you weren't emotionally mature. But now that I'm looking back on it, you always have to look at what's the reason why. Have you looked at what you're doing with your wife? I know my wife personally. I know she's an acts of service person. She that's her love language. Learn your wife's love language. She likes acts of service. So if I'm not doing anything, if I'm not what getting picking up groceries or doing those things, she's a little bit more frustrated, which means that she's tired and she's not in the mood to do those things. All right. And a lot of times as men, we're just like, why you ain't giving me none? This is ridiculous. No, no, no. You going crazy. You frustrated. You know what I'm saying? You know, you we know how we are. We ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's like you get frustrated, but you still not looking at it from the other foot of what is making her do this. Are you not doing what you're supposed to do? All right. Am I not doing enough? And sometimes she'd be like, oh, I'm tired. I'm tired. I got a lot going on. And you have to figure out what can I do to ease the load for you. You know what I'm saying? What do I have to do? And in that situation, I'm still, we still working through it. I think it has gotten better. It has gotten better. But in certain situations, I would always get frustrated and still not looking at what she's actually telling me. Now I look at what my wife is telling me, like, I'm tired. Maybe if you do this, then I have more time to do this. The kids are always in my face. That's the biggest one. We already know how the kids are. They always gonna be. That's the toughest one to get past always because they sniff it out like bloodhounds. They already know. So
Women
it's gonna be
blocking
hard to get past
everything.
them anyway. That's the biggest one. That's the biggest problem is the kids. But besides that, you do have to figure out what your spouse wants and what is she needing and what is she lacking right now from you or and a lot of times with women they're just going through things where it's like I gotta respect the fact that you just going through one of them moods right now. You're not doing too well. You got too much on your plate with the kids and work and all those things, so it is hard. But on the other hand, you gotta give your husband a little attention too. All right. I'm not gonna say it like I get the women have their issues, but still, I got my needs too. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta make time for me. We gotta make time for each other. President just told me that before we started. We gotta set out time. And that's what I tell my wife now is it's not always gonna be sometimes you gonna have to schedule time. You got to schedule it. It ain't like, oh, we got free time. No, we're at this time, we're doing this together. We gonna lock that door. We gonna watch a movie together and let them kids go in there and do what they got to do. Because guess what? It's about us too. We it's about us. We have to make time for each other as well. So that's just kind of how I would deal with it is looking at it from the other side of figuring out what is the actual problem. Is it something deeper that you're not looking into? I see some comments. The comments came up.
You know they're
LOL.
gonna come up with this topic.
They might come up. Hey, I got a couple comments on here. She said she's laughing at you. Tiffany said she was laughing at you. But you know what, man? Let's start with my guy George on this one. I love my cuz, man. And cuz, what would you say on this one if you were feeling sexually neglected as a husband?
If I'm feeling sexual neglected as a husband, in all seriousness, it is frustrating because men we're visual. Our appetites start with our eyes. So we've
Right.
seen the curves of a woman since we were 5 or 6, right? And now we're married. The women that we seen, we got the woman in our house, and there's nothing like the celebration of coming together. You know what I mean? And more men, this is what I'm gonna say. More men perform better in that space than a verbal "babe, I love you," acts of service, or whatever the love language is, because we just naturally have the makeup of sexual beings. I'm not saying women don't, and women go through a lot. And I think as I got older, and even now in this season with my wife, as she's getting older, things are changing, and I get it, right? So when I want to do something, I gotta respect it because her body is physically changing, right? And
Hmm.
so she's in the process, and I know she won't mind me sharing this. She's in the process of her body is breaking down of not being able to have children, right? Because that's what women do in a certain stage of their life. And so, is it frustrating? Sure it is. But she always communicates to me and let me know what I can do, I will do. If you need something, express it. And it's no problem for her doing it. And Mike, you said something earlier. The longer I've been married, the wiser I get. Because if I was emotionally unstable, I would wreck my home because I got to get a need. I got to get that itch scratched now, right? But you got to realize something. It ain't that bad of an itch. Truth be told, right? Now you gonna want it when you want it because men have to have a physical release in a sense. We all adults, right? And so again, you want that moment with your wife, your spouse. That's how you celebrate, and it do get frustrating. And I think a lot of now, if a woman is neglecting purposely, be careful because now that's neglectful. Not just neglect, that's neglectful intentionality, and that causes way more harm than what you think it is.
Mm.
And so, don't. And for the women listening, I hope we have a great audience of women listening. And we all heard this before. Don't use this as a bargaining tool. Well, I'm gonna hold back since you ain't this, that's another. And men, let's be more in tune with, like Mike said, babe, what can I do to help alleviate, take some of that load off? Because again, they have a busy day. Women are way more internal and emotional. They think way more than men, and they take stuff to heart.
Hmm.
Oh, girl said this at work to me. When I get to work tomorrow, I'm gonna pop her in the mouth, and we be at work like, man, do whatever. I ain't go home and smoke a cigar. I ain't tripping off you. So men and women process information just totally different, right? And so some
Amen.
women internalize and hold it, and I don't think they try to hold it to the point to where they don't want to express their celebration of love with you. But sometimes it does happen. So for the men, like Mike said, read your woman. You know your woman, right? And we can play Madden all day. And for me personally, smoke cigars all day and know the type of cigar I'm smoking. Know your spouse. If you don't know your spouse, you have a problem. And I just pray nobody's having a spouse that's, again, like I said earlier, being neglectful on purpose. But men, if you are not getting the sexual gratification from your spouse on a regular basis, talk it out. I always say this: a small conversation fixes a huge, big misunderstanding. So,
Hmm.
Amen.
uh,
It's good, cuz. What about you on this one, Kev?
Man, I think it can get sticky because a man, he feels the closest, he feels connected, he feels appreciated. You know what I'm saying? When he's able, you
You go ahead
know,
and say it. You
when
go ahead and say it. It's all good.
yeah, when his wife give herself to him, he feels those things. He feel like the man,
Yes. Yes. Go
But
ahead and say it.
for a woman, she needs to make sure that she spoke into. She needs to make sure that you helping her, taking burdens off her plate and things like that. So it can kind of get intertwined where you just like missing each other. So
Hmm.
I also think it's important, like, to call out the tricks of the enemies, call out the lies. You know what I'm saying? You get to playing mind games in your head. Well, she just don't love me. She don't want to give me that. No, call it out. That's the devil. That's the enemy speaking to you. You know what I'm saying? And then you go through your life, your days, and now you cold with her. You frustrated with her. You know what I'm saying? And only thing she really need is a back massage and some flowers, and you know what I'm saying. And you help out more with the kids. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
take my own advice. I mean, I need to do that. First, you know what I'm saying?
preaching
it's
to your
clicking.
church right
This
now.
God is talking. He moving. You know, the Holy Spirit is moving. He's speaking through me right now to y'all. I gotta step up on my A game. You feel me?
Oh man, this dude here,
That's real though. But also, man, them kids are man,
they are
they're
CBs. That's
blockers.
why I call them
Man,
CBs.
they are
Ultimate
blockers. So you
CBs.
need to, figure out times where you can just find a long time with just YouTube. I got a 11-month old, so boy, it's whoo, and he
They
attached at the
blockers.
hip. So
Yes,
yeah, you got to figure out. It's
Larry
something,
Allen level blocking. That's what I'm.
man, what?
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it's real. So it is real. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, but both parties just need to be intentional.
Yes.
And I think
And,
conversations like you all said, and yeah, just be intentional. And
and
even if you got to schedule it, be like, hey, I know it might sound boring and corny, but if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do.
you gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
You got to do
You
what you
gotta
got to
do it.
do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, Kev, honestly, I'm like you real quick. I would rather you schedule it than you go out and get it, and again, you open up a whole new bag of worms in your life. Real talk.
Oh,
Hello.
yes. That's real.
And Kev, let me
That's
tell you this,
real.
bro. I got Orlando Pace and Larry Allen in my house. All right.
Oh
I
boy,
got
they got the edge on lock.
they, I ain't getting past
Kick step slide.
I ain't getting past them, dog. You know what I'm
My
saying?
dog's in the different stunts and everything. You go this way.
Only by the grace of God I can get by them, bro. It's just
Right. Well, you blocked up.
ultimate blockers. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all, bro. Hall of Fame level for sure. All right. Pastor Philip, man, how you feeling on this
Bro.
one, man?
Yeah, man. All right. So, we're always going to go to communication. Let's start off with the basis. Sex is holy. All right.
Amen.
It's got to start there. Sex is holy. Who invented sex? God invented sex. That's not the devil's doing. He ain't got nothing like that. God invented sex. You go right to Genesis chapter 1. Chapter 1 of book 1. He tells you be fruitful and get it
And
on.
multiply.
That's what he says right away. And then you come back later in the New Testament, you get Paul in 1 Corinthians 7 and 3, where he talks about the husband deserves his conjugal rights and has not control over his own body, but the wife, and likewise the wife over the
Vice
husband.
versa.
So you set that foundation. Sex is holy. When you're not married, the enemy wants you to have as much sex as possible.
That's possible.
But the minute you get married, the trick and the trap of the enemy is to get you to have as little sex as possible. So recognize, number one, from the same foundation, sex is holy.
Oh,
I don't think we talk about that enough in the church.
That's
I,
real.
I really don't think we say that enough. I mean, you got a whole book in Song of Solomon just dedicated to relationship, and we talking wisdom there, but we also talk. Anyway, so
Talking that talk.
talking that talk,
talk.
Let me grab my wallet.
Yes.
Right?
Where can I pay my tithes and offerings to right now?
Yeah.
Right now.
You. So the first thing, she and I got to be on the same page. Sex is holy. It's God's design for marriage. It is one of the best things a couple can do because words I can't express, I can show say with my body. But anywho, so we got that same foundation, right? Sex is holy. Now from there, it is just like you guys have said, it's understanding one another. Now my wife, I'll speak for her. She does a really amazing job of just understanding me. That's who she is. For me, I've had to learn and develop that. One of the things we talk so more so frequently about is her phase cycle. You know, her 28 days where she's luteal, or she might be menstruating, or she's ovulating, or follicular, or what have you, and learning what those hormones do in those different phases. It blew my mind. I don't got those type of hormones. My body, it just says go. Her body tells her all different types of things.
All
So
over the place.
all over the place. And so in understanding that, I know there's times where I have to talk to her differently, where I've got to take some things off her plate. And I always play to my strengths. My big strength in relationships is listening. If I can get her talking, I know we can get there. If I can get her open up to me, I know we can get there. And it's not that I have to ask, but I can find out, okay, what's bothering you? If it's the kids, how can we remove that stress from your mental for a moment? If we gotta wait for for a moment, and when I say a moment, I do mean a moment. I don't mean a day. If we gotta wait for a time, okay, we'll wait for a time. But if you look at you look statistically, the healthiest marriages, they getting it on. You
Yes.
you can find this from relationship therapists like Estelle Perel or whoever it is you want to go to. Healthy marriages, they in them sheets. So
Mm.
whatever it is we got to solve, whatever it is we got to figure out, the goal is to have a healthy, long lasting, beautiful, life sustaining, life giving marriage, and sex is a huge part of
Amen.
that. So we don't do that over here, partner. We don't do that over here. Bless God.
I'm
Man,
so glad you said that, man, because the church, certain subjects is like taboo to them.
they
But
shy
like
away
I said,
from it.
we should be telling men this and telling married people this, that you should get it in. Sex should be celebrated. It really should. But we look at it like a bad thing so much. And I thank you, Pastor Philip, for that,
Well,
man. Because people need to hear that, especially men. And a lot of women need to hear that too. And don't use sex as a weapon. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
That's a big one. I'm gonna hold
mm.
it from you, or I'm let me give you a little bit more to get what I want. And no, it's not used like that too. You shouldn't use sex like that. You know, and that's something that a lot of women do, and yeah, some men too. But it's more of a woman thing because we men we are we want that's how we that's how we respond for real. Seriously, like
We
yes,
built like that,
built
straight
like that.
tribal.
That's in us. Like we are the conquerors. We warriors. We trying to conquer that thing. You know what I'm saying?
You heard
Real
me?
talk. Yeah.
You
So
know, I think just real quick. I mean, even church stuff. One of the things I've had to talk to my wife in years past about is, hey, if you want to be effective, if you want to communicate something to me and get your point across, withholding is not how you do that. I am
yeah,
far
Man,
more open to hear you and being receptive to what you have to say when we are intimate because I feel closer to you. Women
yes,
have to feel loved in order to be intimate.
mm,
Men have to be
man,
intimate in order to feel that love.
for love.
yes.
So
That's
it's
good.
like if you want me to hear you, babe, I need this. It opens me up in a different way. I can hear it. I can understand your point of view in such a deeper level when we connect like that, you know? So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
good. It's good, Pastor. That's good. Oh man, that's awesome. What about you on this one, Francis? Man, how you feeling on this one, brother?
first off, Pastor Philip, man, let the church say amen one
Let the
time.
church say
Hey,
amen.
Um,
wow.
but for me, I'll piggyback on a lot of what y'all have been saying around the communication and things like that. What I had to understand is, for me and my spouse was how we've also changed.
Mm-hmm.
Right, there was a life before we had all these kids. You start having more than one. Things get a little hectic. One thing my wife will tell me where we talk about the blocking. Well, there's another kind of form of that called overstimulation.
Mm-hmm.
So when
Mm-hmm.
you got kids touching on your wife all day,
Yeah.
she's touched out, right?
You're right.
And so for me, because the enemy will creep in that same Corinthians, it talks about if you're not, and I'm paraphrasing, forgive me, but it's you're not supposed to hold out or put away because the enemy will come in. You really only supposed to take that break for prayer and fasting,
Mm.
That's it.
right? Because then if you don't, that temptation will hit, right? And now,
Yeah.
and the world is tainted sex, right? And so it's
Yes.
tainted sex, and so now the world is also going to use it as an attack and can completely crumble your household, right? And so for me, I had to understand that uh, I have to do a better job of listening. I have to do a better job of doing things just cause,
Mm-hmm.
but also doing things just cause, not expecting a reward either, right? Because
That's good.
sometimes you can get caught. Well, let me do the flowers and the chocolate because I know I'm gonna give me some. I know I'm gonna give me some, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I have to do a better job of listening and understanding that it was an attack in a lot of spaces because you could start feeling some doubt. Well, and I've had that conversation with my wife. Like, is it me? Like, I know I done put on a few pounds. Like, I'm not college weight anymore. That large or extra large now. Like, or even. I feel like I'm doing the most. I'm going to work. I'm doing
Yeah.
pickups. I'm doing drop offs. You can feel
Yeah.
like you're doing everything you need to do, but you could still be missing something. And the tricky part is it could also change day by day, right?
Hmm.
Because you're dealing with those hormones, like you said. Like I know if she's attacking me for it, I know a few days after that, that cycle's there. You know what I'm saying? It's clockwork, right?
Coming.
It's like,
Coming.
hey, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it anywhere I can get it. But
Right.
I
You
also
gotta
know
take
what,
it
so,
with your
but it's
rights.
but it's understanding who your spouse is, and I mean we've even gotten into scriptures, and I ain't gonna lie, fellas, don't be afraid to pray for some draws. God,
All right.
Yes.
hey,
Man, this
hey,
Black
Most
Fatherhood
High,
Father
hey,
Conversation,
God, move this
please,
chastity belt in Jesus' name.
we tell the
hey,
truth. We tell the truth on this show. Speak the
hey,
truth, brother.
please.
Speak it.
Hey, brothers, I'd have been on that
Hey,
other side of the bed, like, hey, God,
no.
your humble and faithful servant is over here.
Hey man,
Please.
we ain't
Like, so, but yeah, listen,
Big in big dog.
understand,
You know what's up.
hey, you know,
man,
give it all to God, right? So,
Hey, man.
man. At one point, I told my wife, and this is really how I felt. And this is Black Fatherhood Conversation, so I keep it real. Okay, I keep it real and raw, y'all. I told her, hey, at one point, this was a couple years ago. I'm like, man, I feel like I'm like a rapist or something. Like I don't like feeling like that. Like I'm like
Yeah.
I really I did like I
Yes.
because it's like
Like you
you
taking it.
conquered.
man, I'm telling you, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's not a good feeling to have when you in
Yeah.
Right.
that situation where it's like, man, I feel like I'm just
Yeah.
like really
I've
asking
been
for
there.
it, and I don't. And that's
Mhm.
and at that time, I'm like, something more. It's something deeper. So I gotta figure
Yeah.
this out. You know what is it? And it was that it was she was overstimulated. Francis, she had a lot going on. The kids was always in her face. She didn't have a lot of energy to do anything else. And in my point of view, I'm just being selfish. Like I need it. Like give me. You know what I'm saying? Like but we got to understand each other more. All right, you gotta listen to your spouse, listen to her body. Just like Pastor Philip says, they have a lot going on in that body. It's a lot of emotions,
Mhm.
estrogen, and everything else that they got going on. And as a man, it takes a while for you to really understand that the hormones, the hormonal, the cycles, the changes that they go through as they get older, and everything like that. And now I'm finally kind of where it's clicking. Like I'm gonna bag up. I'm gonna bag off of her a little bit. You know, I'm gonna leave her alone. I know she's going through a lot. You know, so that's real, man. I thank y'all because we don't talk about these things. We don't.
One,
We do not
one thing
talk
I
about
want
these
to,
things.
one thing
But
I want to add
everybody
to it.
goes through it at one point. Every married man has went through it at one point. So go ahead on that, Francis.
Yeah, one thing I just want to say too is, and it's difficult, brothers, when there's something that you want, but you gotta have that grace too, because
Amen.
sometimes your spouse may not even know what it is, right? You
Mhm.
know, if you've had multiple kids or dealt with pregnancy on that side, when them hormones is doing all this, they don't really know why they want that smoothie in the middle of the night,
Right.
right? And as their body is changing, like Brother George is saying, your wife is changing. Like they've never been through that before,
Mm,
right? So you got to lead with some grace and be there to support because they're trying
Yes.
to figure all this out too. And unfortunately, we gonna take the brunt of that, and there's some sacrifice that comes with that. But we need to lead with the same grace that God give us as we trying to figure out this life thing and what our bodies is doing and all of that. So
yeah,
I know that's a big part of it too.
that's good.
Because I feel
That's
like
good.
if you don't lead with that grace, you can tear down your household.
You can.
Because that's a big enough problem to drive a big spear between y'all, and it can wreck some stuff. So if you're not rooted in your word, you know what I'm saying, and really understand and show compassion to your wife when she going through situations like that, you really got to be her support. Because it's
Yeah.
Lack
really,
of
you know what I'm saying. So
But
lack of
but
grace to have you in the streets.
and I'm gonna
man,
let
have
you
you in
go,
the
DJ.
streets, looking goofy in the streets too. Like,
I'm gonna let you go, DJ. But I truly believe this is like really one of the probably number one or two reasons why men cheat. For real. All right.
yeah,
It has to be
absolutely.
because every man goes through that. When you get
I'm
sexually
gonna speak on
molested,
that. I'm gonna speak
that's
on
why
that.
men cheat. All right. They don't know
Yeah,
how to handle it. So I
I'm
mean, I
gonna
hope the
speak on
women
that.
hear that. if they feel sexually neglected, a lot of times they don't know how to use their words to convey it. They'll just go
I'm,
find it somewhere else. So
I'm
go
about to
ahead,
speak on
DJ.
that.
Go ahead and speak on
And
it.
I was like, I was just about to mention that, because, and this is why I suggest or always recommend that people wait to get married. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got married when I was 21. Nobody has any business getting married that, because mentally, you're not there. Mentally, you're not ready to take on the responsibility of a wife. You don't even you irresponsible on your own. You know what I'm saying? And then trying to add someone to that, then add a kid onto that, then add another kid, then the bills, and like it's a lot. And so when I was married, when I was young, man, and if I felt neglected, like my arrogance would kick in. You know what I'm saying? Like being a musician, uh, being a pastor's kid. You know what I'm saying? Like certain things come your way when you have those type of titles on your life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the girls were always there. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying it because I was a young Denzel. I'm just saying like it was my positions at the church. You know what I'm saying? They didn't care, and it was to the point. It was like, man, listen, I ain't gonna hear too many no's. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't trying to hear not tonight no more. Like I'm kind of getting tired of hearing you tired.
Mm,
Like who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was my immature mindset. That was my immature way of thinking. Not knowing the woman's body, not knowing what the women go through, not knowing that she's overstimulated. Because I was full time musician, so during the week I'm at home chilling. You know, I'm on the game, and she worked a 9 to 5. So I had all the freedom to be relaxed and to be chill and and wait until you get home, not knowing that you've been going through hell at work, because there's also mental fatigue. You know what I'm saying? Not just physically fatigue. Oh, I'm tired. I'm tired. And it wasn't just always physically tired. Sometimes you can't your mental capacity, you can only take so much.
That's
You
real.
you you always hear people always calling at you. Okay, I'm over here. You putting out all kind of fires at work every day, all day. That gets tiring. And at that time, I didn't know those things. All I know is I got the end of it. You
right.
tired when you get to me. It shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get to me, now all of a sudden you tired. Now all of a sudden you can't move. Now all of a sudden you want to lay down. And so then your insecurities as a man start to kick in as well.
Yep.
Well, you talking to somebody at work, or you know what I'm saying? You've been gone all day with somebody, and that, like I said, that's just mentally immature. You know what I'm saying? Because the older we get, because I definitely don't think like that now. I definitely don't think like that now. Now it's just like, hey, you good? What happened at work today? Now I'm asking. I used to didn't even care. You see what I'm saying? Now in my later years in life, it's like, dang, you good? What happened at work today? Like, how you feeling? And sometimes they just want to unload on you and get it off their chest. That will open up that will open up, you know what I'm saying? That will open up them legs as well. Just them just knowing that you're there to be a listening ear. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to cuss their coworkers out, but they can't. So
Mm-hmm.
they tell you how they feel. And you just every now and then, dang, for real? She did what? Oh no, she got to go. Like, what's wrong with her? You know what I'm saying? And you only saying 2 or 3 words, but now she's a little more comfortable. She's a little more relaxed. She feel like you on her side now. You know what I'm saying? Like she knows, okay, all right, dang, he listening, cool. All right, now she feels a little better because that weight is off of her.
Yep.
That mental fatigue is up off of her. You know what I'm saying? And when I was younger, I did not think like that. It was just always, well, why I got to get the fatigue version of you? You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Like, why I always got to get the I'm tired version of you? I done cooked at home. I food ready. What's the problem? Man, them folks, people are crazy, man. People, especially the line of work she was in, people are crazy out here, man. And so, those things do lead to cheating and stepping outside your house because you're immature. You don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? And when I had to look at those things, I was real selfish. I was real immature. Like I just didn't care. And so I make sure, in my next marriage that I go into, we won't have them kind of problems, man. But yeah, bro, I get it, man.
Man, thank y'all for being so transparent, bro.
Oh yeah,
I feel like, man, like that's why I love this show because we all kind of been in the same situation.
yeah,
I used to say that same thing, DJ. Like,
yeah,
I was
bro.
the worst of you. Why I gotta get this right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Everybody else get the
Yeah.
smiling, happy, full of
yeah.
energy. When you come to me, is I'm tired. I can't. Don't touch. Yeah, I need to go.
I
Yeah,
I think we all been there a few times
yes.
where it's like either they come with they all they have is what's left over, or sometimes we come like that and all we have is what's left over. We done had a long day of work. Either I ain't got a whole lot left. One thing that I heard that I love and I try to keep it in the forefront of my mind is you always put first things first, right? You always deal with your big rocks first.
Yep.
You guys have probably seen this analogy or this demonstration, but if not, there's a guy puts a big giant glass tube on a table and he puts giant rocks inside and says, is this jar full? And everybody goes, yeah, that's full. And then he takes a bucket of sand and he pours it in there and he says, now is it full? Right? And the point that he makes there is if you don't put those big rocks in first, you'll never find room for them. If you put that sand in there first, everything that's supposed to go in your day on your calendar, sex included, you'll never be able to make time for it. So it has to become one of those things. It's a priority. Just like spending time with the kids, being intimate with each other, praying. Sex is a priority. It's got to be for the both of you. And then when you put it like that, when you make it both of your priority, there's no at the end of the day, I come home and I don't have nothing left for you. No, because even though I had to work an 8-hour day, that was on my mind. That's on my calendar. That's a part of the plan. Me and my wife a few times, we've just like you guys, we've been married for a number of years and we've gone through several different iterations of our marriage, because we're different people from when we were in our early 20s, to now in my late 30s, what have you. We've gone through several different iterations of our relationship. And so at times we've scheduled sex. At times we've talked about it. It didn't happen. And then we got to it. At times we've had to play it by ear. At times we did it like the Brazilian steakhouse where you got your green side up or your red side. You know what I'm talking about, DJ?
Hey, I love it. I
Hey,
love it.
at times we play little games. We go see, and the thing is, through different seasons, different things work, but you got to make sure you put the first things first. What are the big rocks? Sex has to be one of those rocks.
It does.
Yeah.
That's big.
Honest, and I'll say this, man. Not even though my schedule allowed me to be at home all day, I never talked to her through the day either.
Mm.
And that definitely plays a big part. You know what I'm saying? Even on her lunch break, if you go eat, do work on your lunch break, whatever. I'm busy. I'm practicing, or I'm playing the game, or I'm going over music. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm at home all day, and didn't even make time to talk to her throughout the day, and that will also help release some of that mental fatigue off of her. You know what I'm saying? Because who's she gonna talk to? Who can she talk to? If you're her partner, if you're her spouse, you her better half, you're her listening ear, you her knight in shining armor, but I can't talk to you. I can't say nothing to you because you're unavailable. You're mentally unavailable.
That's good.
But you want me to be physically available when I get home. You see what I'm saying? Like that was an oil and water situation. You see what I'm saying? Mentally available, but not physically available. Those things weren't working. And so that was a big key that I learned as well, just over the years. You know what I'm saying? Just looking back at it, like I never even talked to her. But you want to. I always tell the young guys now, bro. They always talk about, oh, I'm trying to get that cake. I'm trying to get that cake. I say you can never bake a cake without preheating that oven. You understand me? And the cake never comes out well unless you preheat that oven first, dog. And sometimes they be looking at me, they don't understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And then I have to explain to them, like, yo, in order to bake a cake, you can't just set it in there. You got to go in there and put it on 400 and let it sit for a minute. You got to let it get warmed up. So then when you put that cake in there, the heat is already there and it just automatically starts to rise. So you got to go throughout the day. You got to warm up that oven. You see what I'm saying? And then at the end of the night, you get that cake. You know what I mean? But I wasn't doing those things back then, man. It was just, I want it now. I wanted that microwave sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want it now. I didn't want that, you know what I'm saying? When I could have got that crock pot, you know what I'm saying? Crock pot.
Hey,
And I could have got that.
yeah,
That's slow and
Ain't
then
nothing
going
like
slow now.
Hey, listen. Ain't nothing like that
And then
marinated meat. You hear me? Oh,
marinated.
man, let it sit in the
Woo!
crock fire, get all the juices up in it.
Right, baby.
Brother,
That
hold on to it.
that falling off the bone, dog.
And now listen, now this tenderism.
Look, look. All right, baby.
Tenderism.
Hey, I got a new show, man. Crockpot loving, man. I know y'all know. All right, man. All right, I got one more question. This one for our wives to celebrate our women, man. And it's gonna be real quick because we already at an hour, but I did have 3 questions at least I wanted to get through on here. But I had this question, man. And this came from somebody else. He said, "What compliments do men actually appreciate from their wives? What's something women do that men secretly love?" And I'll start with me on this one. One thing that I really do appreciate as a compliment from my wife is on Sundays when she say I look nice. All right, that's one that really makes me feel good. You know, she say, "Oh, you look nice." I said, "I mean, because you put time into your outfits and things like that. You want people to compliment you, especially your wife." Another one is when I cut the grass and she say my grass look good. I love that. All right.
That's the one.
As a man, that's one that I really take. And then if she come out, because I'll say, "Come look at the grass," and she'll be like, "It look good." I say, "Oh, it makes me feel good." It really does. Because you put time into your grass. People that know, grass cutters know. You know what I'm saying? When you cut that grass, you want that acknowledgement. We want that. All right. And then as far as something that men secretly love, these are 2 things I really love. First of all, I love any type of physical touch. Okay. I melt. All right. If she rub my head, she rub my back, anything, I'm a physical touch guy. You touch me, you know what I'm saying? Touch my body. You know that Mariah Carey song, that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's me. You know, touch me. You know what I'm saying? I like that from my wife. I like physical touch. Another thing that I do like, she might not even notice, is she did it today. It's when she be like, "I was cleaning the garage out today." And she was like, "I'll come out there and help you. When I cut the grass, even if I never let her do it. She says, "I'll cut the back for you." Nah, I don't want you doing that. I got that. But it does make me feel good that she sees me out there cutting that grass and she want to help. Kevin, why you looking like that? You thinking about
My mind just went.
I'm just saying, but she sees me. It's like you see me. You see me out there doing the work and you want to come and help. That makes me feel good. Thank you for that, wife. But no, I don't need to cut my grass. I got that on my own. But yeah, those are some things that make me feel good. So let's start with Francis on this one. What's some things? It's a 2-part question. So, what compliments do you appreciate from your wife, and what's something that women do that men secretly love?
Man, I think I think obviously, I mean, the look nice thing. We all put effort into that. But I think for me, I like the thank yous from
Yes.
time to time, right? As men, we were warriors. We're out here in this world trying to provide, trying to do all these things, and going through this kind of rat race of life. And so just hey, thank you for everything that you're doing, because most of the time the outside world ain't giving that, right? And so to get that kind of love and appreciation from at home keeps you at home, right? And then the quickly, the 2 things that I love, one for my wife, something about white toes, the painted white toes. That'll do it. But then for me, it's we'll be on the couch and I'll just kick my feet up, just getting comfortable, and she gets a rubbing that foot. After I've been out here ripping around, let that toe crack one time, she can get whatever. Amazon cart is empty now. Whatever you need, you got it. I'll go change them kids real quick. And it's only a few minutes. It ain't even, but it's just, and it's not even something I asked for. It's just as soon as I kick them feet up, it's like, hey, awesome, I got you. So shout out to Mrs. Gorman.
What about you on this one, Pastor Philip, man? What's some?
All right. So I give you so the compliment and the thing she does. Number one, the compliment. I'm with you. It's the grass. When I'm cutting my grass and she comes out and she says, "It looks nice, babe," and she takes a minute and she takes an interest in it, I tell you, "Yeah, babe, it's a tall fescue. I'm letting it grow to about 3.5 inches right now. I keep it watered. I just did I could go on about my grass, man. I just did a fall nitrogen blitz. I'm getting ready. So next season is coming out even greener." And she takes the time and listens to that. Yeah, I appreciate that. I love that, right? So that's my grass. She knows better than the offer because I say that's all right, babe. I appreciate the offer, but when she says something about it, I appreciate that she recognizes and respects it. Um, and, and the second thing I would say, I'm back on sex now, right back to it. Matter of fact, as soon as I get off this call, brothers. But the second thing that I really love is when she takes the time and she listens to me and she initiates sex. Like
Mm,
I love being the hunter and coming after her and meeting her
Yeah.
needs and doing all the right things. But when she rolls over and she rubs on a brother's neck, woo, come on, what you trying to just when she takes the time to initiate, it does
that's
make me feel appreciated and loved. Um, and because I'm always hit the word, I gotta go there. The Bible talks about each man should love his wife, but in that same verse, this is in Ephesians 5, every woman should respect her man. Women want
yes.
that love. Men need that respect. And when she shows up with that compliment because she respects what I'm doing with the grass, or when she shows she's been listening to me because she initiates like I asked her to, that's that respect. So
Ooh,
those are my two.
that's good, man. What about you on this one, Kev?
I'm with Francis when it comes to that thank you. That thank you. I appreciate you for all you do, baby. That's the man. That's the one. You know what I'm saying? That's just like you said, because you don't get it often in the world. You always get told what you ain't doing right. So you can come home and be appreciated. Man, ain't no better feeling. And I think for the compliment, sometimes I catch her staring at me, and then I'll be like, "What you looking at?" And she just be like, "I can't look at you." That right there get me every time. Every time I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead, man, you got it." I get mushy. You hear me? Or yeah, then she'll come by and she'll just grab my chin and walk away. I'm like, bro, stop playing. We got 12 kids in this house. What you own? Like, so those things right there, they give me every time.
What about you on this one, DJ?
Man, the appreciation of like seeing my try, acknowledging my try, like my efforts. Uh, when she sees you, you know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of times you feel overlooked in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like you feel overlooked about, when you're doing other things and nobody really knows why you're doing certain things. But then you got your lady and she's just like, yeah, I see you trying. Like, good job. That was good job. You being consistent these past couple of weeks. That's I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I said, you definitely can feel unseen. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll feel like your efforts are pointless because man, I'm getting up, going to the gym. I'm getting up at 5 o'clock. I'm getting up at 4 o'clock for no reason. And ain't nobody here. You know what I'm saying? But when somebody actually says, "No, I see you. I'm proud of you. You should keep it going." You know what I'm saying? Like those little words, like man, at that point now, I didn't know words of affirmation meant anything to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, all right, because my thing is physical touch. Like you brush my face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I get weak in the knees. You know what
For real.
I'm saying? So yeah, man, those are it for me. Just like the little subtle touches, and then just appreciating your hard work, your efforts.
That's
You know what I'm
good.
saying?
Well, let's close it out with Cuz on this one. What you got on this one, Cuz?
You know what, like man, it's just the fact you being seen, right? As men, we are just hustle and bustle, and it's being a man sometimes can be thankless because you just overlook, you know what I mean? And so, but again, if I get my haircut, she always acknowledges my haircut. You look so young, you look so handsome. And it's to the point to where I think her and my daughter kind of have a contest because if my daughter say it first, then my wife would kind of look and vice versa. And so again, I love the fact that she's even putting into my daughter. So, but
Mm-hmm.
um, even with the grass, everything, just the small I get scenes make me feel good, and so I love that. And also, I think things that men strictly love that this woman should do. I always say this: have a good personal laugh with your spouse. Right? There's nothing like a butt gusting laugh that only you two know about. And so the kids look all funny, but they laughing that wasn't funny. It's just for me and your mama. And so again, And me and her have that more often than not. And so I just love the fact that we are us. She said it the other day. She said, I like us. I said, I like us too. You know what I mean? And so going on 20 years, good Lord said the same. And I think the majority, I even said it now, as, as you are married, you get wisdom, right? What you thought was a sticking point 20 years later, like, that wasn't even worth it. You know what I mean? And so the fact that you just with this person, they know you ins and out and in. And so again, just make sure you have a good laugh. Men love when their wife laugh genuinely. You got tears in your eyes. So I mean, that's a good moment in time to have, especially living in the world that we're living in now. You know what I mean? So
Amen.
again, the appreciations, our thank yous. I'm appreciative what you do for this us and this family. And please, please, please laugh. God gave us laughter like He gave us sex. Seriously, laugh,
Man,
Man.
laugh.
thank y'all, man. This is amazing show, man. I really do appreciate y'all, man. I really enjoyed myself tonight, man. I always enjoy myself, but this one was really good. So I thank everybody for watching, man. We had a lot of people watching tonight. I see the people on Instagram. We were on all different platforms, Facebook. I know I can't get to you guys' comments, but I thank you guys for watching. And I wanted to tell you
Thank
guys
you.
this, man, because I told Cuz earlier, man, you never really know who's watching you. Man, one of my really a guy that I really look up to, especially if you're a sports guy. I'm a big sports guy. Everybody kind of knows that. But then Chris Broussard followed our podcast, and I was really, really happy about that.
What?
'Cause Chris Broussard is somebody that I look up to as far as in the sports world. I was
Strong
watching
man
him
of
on
God.
ESPN, and he's such a strong man, a guy. And
Yeah.
for him to even take a look at my podcast and say, "Oh man, I want to follow this podcast," that's awesome to me, bro. And who knows? One day he might be on this show. I actually reached out to him. He might be on this show one day, but that just
You will
shows
be.
you never really know who's
That's
watching
what's
you.
up, bro.
And
That's what's
You
up.
will
it's
be.
just that's a big plug for for the show, man. And I just really appreciate what you guys have contributed to this show. You know what I'm saying? And thank you, Pastor Philip, man. You really blessed us tonight, bro.
Yeah.
You got
For
to come
Amen.
back.
real.
Real
You
talk.
got to
Seriously.
come back,
Real
Pastor.
talk.
You were awesome, man.
It
Real
was
I
talk.
good
really,
chatting with
I,
you guys, man. I enjoyed the
yeah,
Real
conversation.
talk.
yes, yes. I really
I
do
like it
appreciate
when bald head brothers come on. I feel at home. We taking over, baby. We coming strong. Y'all better watch out. It's gonna be a bald head platform. Y'all gonna have to shave me in a
Oh
minute.
Lord, I was not ready for that one.
this dude here,
We
but
out here, baby.
out here where you make it,
Whoa,
baby.
whoa,
You know,
whoa.
Hey,
they say,
Kevin,
no.
I didn't have my team on, but I'm a Packer fan too, man. I
Oh
just
my
wanted to shout
God.
Oh
Hey,
Lord.
off top,
That's what I'm
off
talking
Francis,
top.
you
about.
already
We
know what we got to.
good.
Hey, Francis, next time
Quit
you already know what we got to
playing.
do. I'm about to go grab. I'm about to
Oh,
go in the closet right now. You already know.
Oh Lord.
Don't
Pastor
worry.
Phillip, what have you
my
started, man?
God.
Don't
You
worry.
done blessed us now. You brought confusion into the house, man. Come on, man. Right here.
He right where he supposed to be. God is
Oh
good.
Lord.
Go, Pack,
Oh
go.
Lord.
See
Let's
y'all
say,
Thanksgiving.
hey, Pastor, bone from bone, sinew from sinew, right? He gonna sort it. He
See
gonna
y'all
get
Thanksgiving. But
right.
yeah, man. I just really appreciate you guys, man. Thank y'all,
Oh
man.
my
This show,
goodness.
where we have already went in the 6 months that we I don't even think it's been 6 months yet that we did this show, man. But I just really appreciate you guys and what you guys have contributed, man. It's really blessing people. It's truly blessing people. I get a lot of people that say, "Man, I love that show. You keep doing that," because a lot of people ain't talking about it. We don't hear a lot from Black fathers, so I know that this show was meant for a reason, and God put this show in my heart for a reason. And I'm just doing what
Amen.
God told me to do, man. So I appreciate it, man. I thank you guys for just coming on here and being as honest and transparent as possible. This is a real show, and that's the biggest thing that I wanted was I wanted this to be a real show where we talk about real topics, and
Yeah.
sometimes that gets raw, okay, and I'm fine with that. This is my platform, so hey, be as raw as possible because that's what people need to hear. We need to hear the real out there. It's so much fake and AI and everything else. Let's get some real. Let's put some real into the world, man. So I
Amen.
appreciate you guys. Hey, if you guys want to follow us on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly known as Twitter. We gonna put some clips on there. TikTok. We on all platforms. Thank you guys. If you guys got any questions for the show, leave them in the comments. We will answer them. We will answer any question that you guys ask us, as long as it ain't nothing too crazy, man. But we will answer it. Y'all got anything y'all want to say before we get off here? And then we'll close out.
Thank you for the
Sex
opportunity,
is
man.
holy.
That's it right there. Pastor Philip, sex is holy. That needs to be put on a
Hey,
t-shirt.
Man,
Hey
that's what
man,
the pastor
hey,
said.
that's it
That's the
right
man of
there.
God right there.
God, telling you, man. Oh, I got so many sermons on that. First book, first chapter.
he blessed it.
Did.
Yeah,
Sex is holy, guys.
yeah.
Let's end with that. God bless y'all. And like always, love y'all and see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace out, guys.
Hey.
Good show, brothers.